last week at the Pro Rough Stock Frontier Challenge here in Loveland, Colorado. Despite a broken spur, Redmond, Oregon Stephen Peebles rolled to first-round victory. In bull riding, Lane Bays of Washington State burst onto the scene with our highest-scored rookie ride of the season. And in saddle bronc riding, Montana's Tyrell Smith has earned a trip into his second Final Four Showdown round. Last time he was on the Final Four round, he won the whole thing. This is the Wrangler Final Four Showdown round of the Pro Rough Stock Frontier Challenge. Crowd is streaming into the Budweiser Event Center here in Loveland, Colorado for the Frontier Challenge. Hello, everybody. I'm Justin McKee, and joining me is PBR finalist Cord McCoy and world champion bareback rider Kelly Timmerman. And Kelly, there's a lot to be excited about here in Loveland.
Wow, where do we start? Tonight we have two legends going head-to-head in the bull riding, and then we come into the bareback riding. We got Stephen Peebles kind of matched up with Josie Young head-to-head in mano, and then the real story of the night tonight is J.J. Elsher going for his 6th tour stop win on the world-famous Chuckulator. It all starts now.
Well, if that's not enough, we have our first qualifier for RFD TV's The American. Not only that, the world champion PRS bareback rider and saddle bronc rider get their berth into RFD TV's The American at Cowboy Stadium.
And we also have another event on the Pro Rough Stock Series. It's not another rough stock event. Well, it could be, but it's exciting. It's barrel racing. And to tell you more about it, Shanae Shiner. She knows rough stock and she knows barrel racing. Shanae?
I can think of no better combination myself than rough stock riding and barrel racing. Both are high energy, fast paced, and show what great athletes our animals and riders are. Tonight we have the top 4 barrel racers from this afternoon's race coming in to compete for the money. I know myself, I'm looking forward to cheering on the ladies.
Yeah, we had a great turnout. We've literally been running barrels all day long.
All right, well, let's get some bareback riding and take a look at the matchups right now.
We've got Prom Night of Sutton. This is a horse that we've won the final 4 rounds in the saddle bronc riding. Josie had this horse at our finals last year, was 80 points. This is my matchup, Prom Night and Josie Young for the win the bareback ride.
So we'll begin with Jake Brown. So much anticipation. The young man from Hillsboro, Texas, going up against Time Rental.
This horse has the same trip almost every time. This is the bareback rider's dream. Comes out, sets up, moves back and forth, kind of up underneath herself, and then just comes around there. Classic style Time Rental, and Jake Brown just owned her. Good start, aggressive with his feet. She sets up. Really cool kick, that mane flying in the air, circle around to the left, and he didn't miss a beat. I think the horse kind of actually missed one jump that cost him probably being in the higher 90s there.
Yeah, he got a little out of shape after 8 seconds, but the full 8 seconds was all there. 86 points for Jake Brown. Boy, I mean, the young man walks out cool as a cucumber, and here's the guy who's chasing Justin McDaniel for the year-end championship. Look at the intensity by Josie Young. He needs an 84.5 to take the lead, and you like this matchup, Prom Night.
I love this horse. In rodeo, it's all about the animal you're on, and this horse has got it. Whoa, little problem there. Got him into his hand, and looked like she was going to throw him over the front end and kind of got him worried. Maybe loosened his hand, and he double grabbed 5 seconds.
I think you're right there, Kelly. I think his glove might have rolled out there just a little bit, and instead of just getting backdoored, he double grabbed. It's the only thing that I can imagine.
Man, look at that. A lot of drop. When they talk about drops, not moving very far forward, but going really high up and straight down. You know, poor Josie, he knew he had an opportunity, had a lot of pressure on him to jump in the #1 spot for the world standings. That might have got to him more than really the actual effort on the animal.
He's disappointed.
But a no scores. We go to Seth Hardwick out of Laramie, Wyoming. He won Gillette with an 88 on Crystal Licks. On another Sutton horse tonight, Cadillac Jack needs an 82.5 to take the lead away from Jake Brown.
Boy, really fast right out of there. Really hard to track going down the pin. Uneven with his front feet, kind of wanting to pull him into his riding arm. That right there is not an easy horse to spur. I thought he did a great job for as much distance as that horse traveled.
That horse is moving on. You can tell that horse in a straight line, but you look at him from the side shot we had earlier, it looks like he's jumping 10 feet every time.
Look at those front feet. Just wanting to, you know, when a horse is uneven in his front end, his shoulders are uneven and your legs feel that. So when you're trying to spur and stay square, Man, it makes it hard. 82.5 ride, he earned it.
He needed an 82.5, and that's what he got. New leader with 1 man to go. Here is the 2012 PRS World Champion, Stephen Peoples on Shania, another Sutton Rodeo Company horse.
Good mark out, really started to pick her up. Horse wanted to move down the pin a little bit. Oh, he's kind of got into his arm there. Kind of just,
oh, no.
I don't know what happened. Either his hand got loose a little bit or just got tight on that riding leg, but he really had the horse picked up right out of here. Really started a great ride, and then you see it about 5 jumps. He just kind of gets into his riding arm, and then that leg just goes dead. See how it just almost went dead right there? I don't know what
broke
caused
another
that.
spur, do you?
He might have.
I don't know.
Way he spurs, I'm sure he goes through a dozen a year.
79, he'll total 164, and that means Seth Hardwick is going to win the championship. His 2nd event win on the Pro Rough Stock Tour this year. Let's hear from Seth.
Good. It's always good to win. You know, boost your confidence. He just helps you out. You ride better. You show up just looking to win again. He was pretty strong there for a couple jumps, and then he just kind of moved out a little and got nice, and it was just good to get on.
Coming up, it'll be dueling legends in bull riding. Dave Samsel and McKenna Wimberly fight it out for a spot on top of the season leaderboard. Welcome back to the Budweiser Event Center in Loveland, Colorado. It's time for our Wrangler Final Four Showdown round in bull riding to take you down in the dirt. Bullfighter Jason McCall with an inside look at a couple of the matchups.
Ron Vollmer and the Flying V Rodeo Company brings us 2 bulls in the short round. He's got the legend matched up with McKenna Wimberly. It's the 2012 Buck and Bull of the Year. And then we got Dave Samsel matched up against Flying Train. That's our 2013 Bull of the Year. We got 2 veterans of the sport going up against another 2 veterans of our sport. I look for these boys to run away with some money here.
Not only that, John Jacobs is not here this week, so if they can get by some of these champion bulls, there's going to be a new leader at number 1.
McKenna Wimberly riding with that hurt shoulder out of Cool, Texas. He's on the legend from Flying V Bucking Bulls.
Oh, go ahead, right around there into his hand, which is tough right now. Oh, go ahead, McKenna Wimberly.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a move on the reverse. That would have had most guys on the ground. McKenna Wimberly made the adjustment.
That's a correction from last week, too. We watched the bull change directions at the end at 6.9 seconds, throw him off. So that's a big correction from last week, and that's going to get him a lot of points right there.
Oh, man, look at that. I thought he was too far past the point of return. Look at him just move from left to right back in the middle of that bull, and then finish strong. Judges are going to love this. Trying to move to the number 1 spot of the season. He's got big numbers. 90 points for McKenna Wimberly. Now here's the guy he's racing for the number 1 spot, Dave Samsel, 43 years old, and he's got that other outstanding bull, Flying Train.
This outstanding bull, last year's PRS World Champion Bucket Bull, and he's got him right in the gate.
He's going to reverse, and Samsel, oh, hey, he's got a 3rd reverse and a 4th reverse. Oh, the Flying Train pulling out all the depot stops tonight.
That's good watching right there. This bull is around. The bull knows that it don't work, and he's switching it up, but that gray hair didn't come from sitting at the house for Dave Samsel. He's got the experience.
He earned them all.
He's seen it, and he even cutting loose. He's kicking him a couple times like he's in control.
Yeah, Flying Train trying to throw Samsel off of the tracks. 88 points, and we've got a race here, fellas.
It's the bull ride today.
Let's go to Shane Rickley. Scarecrow is the bull. This Ohio IPRA champion has got his work cut out for him tonight.
Oh, there's another one right here, spinning this bull, just kind of stepping forward a little bit. You see him just come off the rope a little bit, and he lost his kick.
Oh, wow. Stay away from those horns.
Yeah, the bull, he just kind of kept getting a little bit off the rope every time, but every time the bull kicked to get him back up there. But when this bull quits kicking, makes that round there, he has nothing to hold him up on that rope.
Yeah, his feet fly behind him. And
bad
the rest
spot.
is
Watch
to
your
follow.
back. Yep, watch your front, too. Good job, guys.
I'm telling you, Torrey Cooper, Jason McCall, always the right place at the right time. So we go to our final bull rider, and it's Washington's Lane Bays trying to knock down the big guns of the year so far. He's on Hot Topic from Flying V. He needs an 84.5 to take the win.
Oh man, he had the trophy there. You come to this shootout final 4 round, you're going to have a bull that you're going to be enough points on, and he knows it too. So that's gotta hurt right there. The bull just kind of beat him around the corner, and he couldn't catch back up.
Well, that means Dave Samsel is going to ride 2 bulls, the only man to ride 2 bulls here. Broke his jaw at the last tour stop in Everett, Washington. the 43-year-old from Post, Texas. He's going to ride to another win here in 2014.
You got to plan on riding 2 bulls. You know, your goal is to come here and do your job, you know. He kind of had a little different trip than he normally does. He'd been out on cows, and I guess he was feeling his oats a little bit. And I tell you, I thought I was going to have stitches again, and I was sure glad to walk away without stitches tonight.
Super Dave rides again. When we come back, he's waited a long time for this moment. Saddle bronc rider J.J. Elsher will try to ride the horse of the year, Chuckulator, for the first time ever. Welcome back to the 2014 Frontier Challenge here in Loveland. Rough stock fans, tickets are on sale now for the PRS World Finals, February 2nd and 3rd in Rapid City, South Dakota. Join us at the Rushmore Plaza Civic Center as we crown our 2014 season champions during the famous Black Hills Stock Show. Log on to ProRoughstock.com to reserve your seats now. Earlier tonight, we had the first of 5 qualifiers for RFD TV's The American. PRS is pleased to once again sanction the bareback and saddle bronc open qualifying for the world's richest single-day rodeo. In bareback, these 5 riders will be moving on to the semifinals in Fort Worth, Texas this February. A.J. Coletti from Pueblo, Colorado scored 82. Seth Hardwick of Laramie, Wyoming, 80. Tyler Nelson of Victor, Idaho, also with an 80. And congratulations to Josie Young and Ryan Gray, who qualified with 79s. In saddle bronc, Zeke Thurston of Hyannis, Nebraska, 84 big points. Tyrell Smith of Cascade, Montana, 79. Canada's Luke Butterfield with a ride of 75 points. Eric Wolford of Belfouche, South Dakota, 74. And Ray Tom Myers of Mills, Wyoming, with a ride of 73. And remember, the next PRS qualifier will be in Salina, Kansas. And don't forget, the world champions from the PRS bareback and saddle bronc riders get an automatic berth into the American. Time now for our Wrangler Final Four Showdown round in saddle bronc riding. Kelly, let's look at the matchups again.
All right, when we talk about matchups, this is where legends are made. We've got J.J. Elsher matched up with Chuckulator. He's never been on the horse before, first time he's ever seen him under his saddle. But there's another record to be made here in the saddle bronc riding with Campfire, a horse that has never been ridden. If anybody can do it, Tyrell's got he's got a chance.
We're about to find out who is going to stay on what and for how many. Clint Hopping of Franklin, Texas is on South Point from Sutton Rodeo Company. Here's a horse that Isaac Diaz won the Pendleton Roundup on last year. Court Shear won Gillette this year on the PRS series and was 89.5.
What a classic bronc. You can see how when he's lifting on that rein, she really bob her head down to the ground and then kind of picking it up. That makes it hard to keep that rein consistent because that leverage on that rein keeps you under your swells. Kind of running down the gate, had a hard start, but really setting his feet good in front of that horse's front end. Kind of missed the lick going across there and is just behind all the way in the ride. That's going to cost him in the points, but still, what a good draw.
Great horse, South Point from Sutton Rodeo Company. 77 will start us off here in the championship round, the Wrangler Final Four Showdown round. Here it is. Here's the #1 rider this season, J.J. Elsher against the world champion horse, Chuckulator. All right, all he needs is 72. If he stays on, riding backwards,
if he
he'll get
stays
72.
on, horse has got a heck of a start right out of there. J.J. made a pretty decent start on that ride, really aggressive all the way through. Just a good, solid bronc ride on one of the rankest horses ever walked the face of the earth.
Now, he's one of the rankest bronc riders to walk the face of the earth, at least in 2014. This guy's unstoppable, trying to win the last 5 out of 6 events.
Yeah, you can see on that start there, his feet were up above the point of the shoulder on that start, but right when that horse's feet almost hit the ground, they kind of dropped back a little bit. That's going to cost him a few points in the ride. Not a lot. They're not going to kill him for it, but definitely going to deduct a few. Let's look at his score. 84, you know, if he wouldn't have that deduct, I bet he would be really close to 90 points on that ride.
Yeah, 84 points right now. He'll set the pace with 165 as we go to Jake Watson of Hudson Hope, BC. Haven't heard you talk about him or this horse, Real McCoy, much until now.
You know, I've seen Jake ever since he was a young man up there in Canada. This horse right here, we had in the bareback riding in the final 4 rounds at a couple of events, Salina last year. This was one of Sutton's premier horses that he had in the futurity at Vegas, and you could see He's one of those horses that wants to do everything to get you off his back, and he did throw out the kitchen sink on that one.
He needs an 83.5, and Cord, that saddle was moving up and down.
Oh, yeah, this second jump, it rolled even sideways, and going forward, that kid made a bronc ride because he had every excuse to get bucked off there right on his back with the horse above him.
All right, needs an 83.5, comes up short, 82 points. J.J. Elsher could win, but he's going to have to sweat Tyrell Smith of Montana going up against that unridden horse from Sutton Rodeo Company, Campfire.
This horse just bucks. There's no dirties in her. She just bucks. Something about her that jerks the swells away. She's fast out of there, kind of strong. You can see like she's really popping that head, but no tricks. Just whoa!
Oh my!
Like he
Just
paid for
throws
that
him into the cheap seats. Oh my goodness!
Let's see
Look
that
at
again.
that!
Man, and he's riding good. He's in time, little bit behind, I guess. Not quite in front of her, but he's hustling. He's charging.
Not bad.
And then her right
There's
here.
a sharp right turn coming up there.
Hey, Tyrell, your mama says if you want to sit in the stands and watch the event, then go up and buy some tickets from the box office.
And
A
you
lot
owe-
easier on your body.
You owe that guy some popcorn for crying out loud. Oh, no. But here's the big story. J.J. Elsher and Chuckulator, they have done it. Win number 5 for the season. And the hits just keep on coming. This big bronc riding locomotive just keeps on gathering steam.
He's just been a phenomenal horse ever since he come around and won Horse of the Year a couple years ago. And first time I'd ever been on him, so I was pretty tickled, a little nervous, but I got him rode, I guess. So.
Well, you saw that little grin. That's about as excited and animated as JJ gets. He is ecstatic right there and barely control his emotions. More to come from here in Loveland. And for the first time ever, a Final Four round in barrel racing. For the first time ever, Pro Rough Stock is featuring barrel racing here in Loveland. Mile High Barrel Horse Association joined forces with the PRS to present the Frontier Challenge barrel race competition. Here's Mile High's Carol Crowder with a preview of the Final Four.
This morning went absolutely fabulous. No problems, great ground. We had 178, and the top 4 actually ended up being the top 3. We have Shaylee Lord coming back on 2 horses, a local girl, CJ Von Dett from Rifle, and for the first time, we will have a guy in the barrel race tonight, Kelly Conrado, who is local here to Fort Lupton.
So we'll begin with the young man, Kelly Conrado, easing down that alley and sets his sights on that first barrel.
Well, that first barrel come pretty fast. Those barrels are set pretty tight together, especially these pro rough stock arenas are smaller for the 3 rough stock events, so those barrels are coming fast.
They are. It is a tight pin.
A 13.505. Here's Shaylee Lord. She's got 2 horses here in the finals. This is her first horse. Now this horse is doing a great job. Good bend around that first barrel. Nicely done. Little hesitation on the backside right there. This horse looks like he's built for speed, though.
You know, and you take these times are within 1/1000th of a second, and you don't think that one little hang on that second barrel is not important until you look at that clock, and it'll move you down.
Here's another Colorado cowgirl, CJ Von Dett from Rifle, Colorado. Goes to the left barrel first, and that means 2 right-hand turns. And that gray horse, long-strided but snappy around him, and 3 perfect barrels for CJ.
That gray horse gets around pretty good, and that little pin is for as big as he is, doesn't it?
There it is, 13.221, fastest run so far. And here's Shaylee Lord on her second horse. All those barrel racers, and you get 2 in the top 4.
Coming in on this horse, he's bobbling on that first barrel coming around, but you know, you should have seen the smoke and run that horse had earlier in the day. It was
That horse is
13
looking
on
around like he's not used to a crowd.
Yeah, he was, and it certainly cost her 14.687. The champion is C.J. Von Dett of Rifle, Colorado, 13.221. Let's hear from the barrel racing champ.
He was kind of strong going into the first barrel, and I kind of forgot how short it was from the gate. It feels great to have him back. He got caught in an implement right after winning the Greeley Stampede on July 4th, and it cut all of his hind leg up, and then it got an infection, and it started to heal, and he's just been coming back strong.
Well, congratulations, C.J. Von Dett. Now, let's check our updated season standings for the event here in Loveland. Start off with bareback riding.
Justin McDaniel still in the lead, but narrowed by Josie Young. He moved up a little bit closer, followed by Cimarron Gerke and the fan favorite, Eric Wolford.
And in bull riding, we knew we would have a lead change. Dave Samsel was 4th last week and jumps into the season lead.
Wow, what a bull riding at the age 43. Dave Samsel to jump in there and ride a world champion bucking bull. Man, that bull riding's exciting this week.
And in saddle bronc riding, J.J. Elsher just continues to win. Our Kershaw Cutting Edge Performance highlight of the night goes to
McKinnon Wimberly, 90 points. Wow, to come in here injured like he is, has got a torn bicep, and to be 90 points on a past world champion bucking bull, man, that's good watching right there. That's cutting-edge performance for me.
And I guarantee you, there's nothing like the best ride, and there's nothing like a Kershaw. Now, our John Deere Big Buck of the Night goes to the top-performing animal. Kelly, who do you like?
A John Deere Big Buck of the Night has got to go to Campfire. Coming around the corner and lift off Tyrell Smith in the second row of the stands.
I don't know, but that is crazy. Watch it one more time. Campfire, the unridden horse. Watch out for that right-hand turn, no turn signal, and he just woke up wondering what city he was in. Our Big Buck of the Night is sponsored by John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer. Next week, we'll head out to the West Coast and the 2014 Portland Open. Till then, for Gordon McCoy and Kelly Timberman, I'm Justin McKee. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Hope to see you next time.